Today we are touring my 75-gallon turtle tank. What is up, guys? It is the Turtle Girl. Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. Yep, you heard right. Today we're going to be looking at the 6 Musketeers tank. That is the kind of name for the blind musk turtles, the 6 of them that live in this tank. We haven't done a tour yet of this tank with the musk turtles in there, so leave a thumbs up if you're excited and let's get straight into it. Alright, so here is the tank. You can see that there's a lot of fish in here. So why don't we start with the livestock in this tank? What we have in here are these little orange platies. Some of them are like painted platies is what they called them at the pet store. We've got wags that just have the black tail. We have some that are speckled. We even have a Mickey Mouse right there, a Mickey Mouse platy. There's also actually some babies that I've seen in the tank. I don't know if we'll see any in the tour, but like they like to hide in that log back there. And then ironically, none of the turtles are out. I'm gonna try to feed them so we can see that. But there's actually 6 turtles in here. You can see 3 hanging out right here. 1, 2, and 3, kind of burrowed out in the corner. Sometimes they're out and about, sometimes they're hiding. So those are the inhabitants of this tank. Normally they come out for feeding time, which is really fun to watch, but for right now, I think they're all just kind of chilling in the back. Here you can see one of them. I believe this is Chirrut because he has no 2 eyes, but the turtles' names are actually all named after parodies of like characters or things that are blind. So we have Toph, Fury, Chirrut, Crash, Murdoch, and oh my gosh, Elon. Yep, that's right, Elon. To talk about the tank and stand themselves, this tank is a 75-gallon tank, but it's very interesting dimensions. I don't know if you can kind of tell. It's a little bit more box-like in shape, and most 75 gallons are a lot narrower and perhaps taller, or like they're just skinnier tanks. They're not as box-like as this. I believe these are reef tank dimensions. This tank is 36 inches by 20 inches by 22 inches. It's something like that. It comes out to be about 75 gallons. And you can see that the stand came with it. A lot of people actually ask me where I got this tank. I just got it off of Craigslist several years back. So I don't know where you could find a tank like this. The reason I like it is because its floor space is a lot bigger. So it's better for turtles that do spend a lot of time on the bottom and maybe not swimming as much up and down the water column. You can see these 2 little buddies over here eating their food. Hello. So looking at the tank here, you can see it's quite lively with all of the fish. Let's move on to some of the decorations. I picked a bad day to wear a striped shirt. I'm sorry about the reflection. You won't be able to unsee it now, but you know that's sometimes how it goes. I'm sorry, I don't have a CPL filter. Anyway, so as you can see, I have quite a bit of hardscape. Oh, look, there's Chirrut hanging out in the middle of the tank. As you can see, this tank is all decked out with lots of wood and rock, plenty of places for these turtles to hide and feel comfortable. They love to hide underneath the wood, bury themselves in little crevices. I did get those 2 pieces of wood in the back there from the pet store, but everything else was collected. So like this big piece of wood I just found, and then these other ones I got from a lake, a freshwater lake, and then I soaked them, I boiled them to make sure they were free of any toxins, get rid of some of the tannins. The thing with collecting wood is that it has to be wood that won't like rot away super easily, and also wood that will sink. So that's just something kind of tricky. It takes some trial and error. But as you can see, it's thoroughly decorated and there's lots of spaces for the musk turtles to rest as they go to the surface. Like you can see right here, Chirrut is so conveniently using this wood to move around. There's also some stone in here. I want to say this is granite. I got this from the gravel yard. It's the same stones that I had from a long time ago because guess what? Rocks don't really deteriorate in aquariums, like at least noticeably over a couple years. So I've had these rocks for a really long time. They've grown a bit of a layer of algae, but that's okay. It's totally natural and it's not bothering anybody that they look a little bit more brown than they do white. The sand down here is a mixture of residual black diamond blasting sand as well as pool filter sand. I really like the look of this combination. It kind of adds some speckles and character to it. It was actually a mistake because that black sand was just left over and I didn't want to scrape it all out, but then when it kind of mixed in with the new sand, I thought it looked really cool. The turtles love digging in this, they love burying themselves in it, so I think that was a great choice. Also, because they're blind and can't really see when they're eating, it's helpful because they're able to spit stuff out. And then finally, for decorations, in this back corner, you can see some Anubias that we have. There's the plants over there, so that's just Anubias barderi, and some Java fern, which is not anchored, which is kind of sad, but it kind of just floats around the tank otherwise. So that is the decorations. Moving on, we have the basking area up here. I've seen the turtles actually use it once. It was actually a female turtle, and they used it a grand total of 1 time. Musk turtles are not generally known for basking, but it was good to see because that made sure that I knew that the turtles were actually able to get up there. It's just a floating zoom-ed turtle dock. I think it's a size medium. And then we have the basking lights, the heat and UVB above it. This light in the back I actually have to replace. It's a heat bulb. I also have to find a way to stick it against the wall. But again, since they're not really using the basking area, I'm not too worried about it. The whole tank and everything is heated, and they do have UVB should they need it. But I will be replacing that very shortly. Up front here, we have one of my favorite things about this tank. It is a wave maker. I gush about these all the time. It helps create circulation in the tank because as you can see, a turtle. Hey, that's a female right there. Is this Toph? Or I think this is Fury. Hi, Fury. Fury has 1 good eye. How are you? Anyway, as I was saying, as you can see, the filter output and the input is over in this corner. So this is like the intake, and then the thing up here is the output. And so this helps circulate the water this way, since I didn't really want to stretch the tubing across and have the input and output on opposite sides. Kind of unorthodox, but that's just how I did it. You can also see my bubble filter in the back. This is a Zis bubble biofilter. It is basically biological filtration. There's just a bunch of little plastic rings in there where beneficial bacteria can live. So it helps increase the biological capacity of this, help break down the waste faster. So that is a great little filter from Aquarium Co-op. Go ahead and check it out on their website. I will leave a link in the description. Video is not sponsored, but Aquarium Co-op is just a great company. Also, I guess it might be worth mentioning that links to pretty much everything in this tank will be in the description in case you're interested. This will also help support the channel, so feel free to check those out. They are affiliate links, so they do help support the channel. Oh, here comes another turtle. I think this is Crash. And then for filtration, you guys may have seen my recent video where I cleaned out my Fluval FX4, but that is what I have filtering this tank. If I come down here, you can see behind all of my storage things is my Fluval FX4, which I currently use to filter my tank. This is the old filter, the Cascade 1000. And then also back here, you can see my power strip with everything is plugged in. That is the filter pump for the bubble filter. So that's what that is. The cord management, I promised it's safe. There's drip loops and things. So I've got a power outlet. The one down there is attached to all the lights and is attached to a timer. And then everything up here is attached to the filters that run 24/7. So I have 2 separate ones so that I can have a timer on one and not have to worry about the lights. You can see the timer poking out back there. And then the trusty FX4, which I just did a video on how to clean and maintenance that. It is a great filter. I love it so much. It's got a really high flow rate, so it's definitely keeping this tank clean, turning over the water. Oh my gosh, look at these two. What are you doing? Are you a stacked turtle sandwich? A stacked turtle sandwich? Alright, so now that I've showed you around the tank, I think it's time for a quick feeding so that we can get these turtles to come out and see how they all are. Usually I feed the fish first because otherwise they'll go after the turtle food. But you can see they basically go absolutely crazy over all the food. You can also see that on this tank the water level is a little bit lower. This is so that it's not as deep to accommodate for musk turtles, which are not necessarily the best swimmers. But you can see this one's already out here ready to eat, so we're gonna go ahead and drop some food in. I have some sinking pellets that I'm gonna feed. Usually it gets blown around by the tank quite a bit. Buddy, it's in the other way. Do you need me to put some more in for ya? I can do that. I can help you out. I know you can smell it. Can you smell it? Oh yeah, you're gonna go in the right direction. One thing I would like to add is that although there is like some stronger areas of current in the tank, it's mainly in this middle portion, and because the musk turtles generally don't swim around all that much, they're not blown around too much by all the current. Go find the food. There you go. You're super close, bud. There you go. Good job. I think they can all start to smell it. You can see there's 2 turtles back there. Another one coming out over here. There's also another one sleeping in that corner right there. So that's 5 turtles right there. Oh, he found a jackpot. There's a lot of food down there. You want part of the action back there, bud? You want some food? No, I think he just wants to hide in the plant. And you can see that the turtles really show no aggression to the fish at all. They are very, very chill with the platies. And the platies don't harass the turtles at all, so that's also a good thing. And so yeah, that is basically this tank. So that is today's video featuring my 75-gallon Musk turtle tank. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, definitely leave those in the comments down below. And also check out the other videos I've done that involve this tank. Setting it up, cleaning the filter, putting the turtles in, all that good stuff. Definitely check those out in the playlist over here. And also, major thank you to all of the patrons who support the channel. If you're looking for a way to help me create videos and make fun content like this for you guys, Patreon is a great way to support me. So thank you to all of you who support over on Patreon. I think that's everything I have to say. The 6 Musketeers are just doing really well, and I'm super duper glad because I wasn't sure how they were gonna do given that they're blind. We're nearing about a year of them being under my care, and they're just thriving, they're living their best lives, and I'm just so glad they're enjoying their tank. So if you enjoyed their tank as well, hit the thumbs up down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all next Friday. Have a totally awesome day. Bye!